Hey everybody, another interview. I know you guys are excited because it's been like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of having people on, and you guys are always telling me that you love that about the show. I appreciate you guys for telling us about it. This week we have Tiffany Starr as our guest. We're super psyched to have her on the show. Tiffany, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm really excited today because one, we've had the guest. We've been ramping up to have you on because I get to do all the good research. Yeah, it's fun, that kind of research. Um, why don't we just get right into it? What is it that you
It
do for a living?
uh I do adult film. I am also a student.
A student. This is the good stuff. Let's talk about the student stuff. We'll get to the adult stuff. Student. What
Okay.
the adult stuff will come. Um, you're a student, so you go to college. That's obviously right. You're not in high school, right?
Yes, I do
Okay.
go to college.
Okay. What can you tell us what college you go to, or is that?
Well, I can because right now I just left my state and I'm transferring to a new college, so I can tell you where I just finished my last semester, which was Middlesex College in Lowell, Massachusetts. And that's a bit of ways. I actually moved to Texas, and I plan on going to the University of Arlington, which is up in the air still, but I'm pretty sure that they'll accept me.
That's interesting. So you're not in yet.
Well, no, because the summer's coming up. Where I'm basically all done. Everything's done, so I just gotta apply during the summer.
What are you studying?
Business.
Is this all part of the career that you're in? Like,
No, 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 no. Um, I can't spend my entire life in the adult industry. This is just you know, a means to an end kind of thing. The money actually is helping me put me through school, and it's helping me financially, especially with surgeries I plan on getting. So,
fun. Those are fun to talk about. I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk to you about. I guess like really, I know you as a adult film star. I'd like to know a little bit about you though. So you're from like your little bio is like you're New England's favorite
yeah, I'm
porn
from New
star.
England. Yes.
So you grew up in Boston? Is that what, or in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I grew up in Massachusetts on the outskirts of Boston, more like, Cambridge, around there. And I enjoyed it except for the weather, which is one of the big reasons I actually moved. So, born and raised there. Rarely did I leave until I started the adult entertainment business. Then I was flying all over the place.
So the accent is this New England accent that we're detecting, right?
It's a New England English hybrid, kind of.
How does the English hybrid get in there?
Well, I was born in America and raised in Massachusetts, but my grandparents raised me, and they're both from England, and they have really thick accents. So being around them and being around, New England kind of messed itself together.
You get this, like people that pretty much have lived in Hawaii my whole life. I've lived in other states, but Hawaii is where I call home. And so, like, we have our accents, and New Englanders have theirs, right? And there's always like these weird stereotypes. The thing that you always hear about people from Massachusetts or Boston in general is they're tough. Are you tough?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can be very
Yeah.
tough.
Did you have to grow up in like a tough neighborhood like that?
Just more people like in the northern East Coast, like New York and Massachusetts. I think they're a little more aggressive in like everything they do. Their driving, their personalities, and I think a lot of to do with it is the weather because the weather is terrible, and there's a lot of miserable people in Massachusetts. But I try to be perky and happy.
Okay. Let's get into what you do for a living. You are an adult entertainer, and
Yes.
specifically transgender
Yeah,
adult entertainer.
yeah, I am a
Is transgender the right
transsexual.
word? Transsexual.
Well, transgender could be taken as an umbrella term.
Okay, so
Uh,
transsexual is the term that you would use.
yes,
We
I
should
would
use.
use transsexual.
Okay. You are transsexual. It means you have a penis still.
Well, not all of us do, but I do.
Okay. You do. Is that something that you plan on removing?
Uh,
Are you doing that because you want to make sure with your breasts to make sure they look good?
oh no, I just like to do
You like
this.
to do that? Okay,
I
it's very mesmerizing.
if I can't touch other people's breasts, I like to touch my own.
Are you always doing that? Like really? Like
Oh, I do it. I do it a lot, but
yeah.
just because I like them so much, they weren't always here.
It,
So
it's really crazy because the box that you're in, like your breasts are like right below the line. So when you're doing it, it makes me want to go like this. It's really crazy. Like it's like, where are they at? Anyways, everybody else is doing that I know on TV right now. They're all like up against the TV going, oh.
well, I hope so. I'd be offended if they're like, oh, boobs,
I know.
whatever.
Ugh. I know, right? Wait till they see your
Yeah.
other stuff. They'll love it. Um, how long have you been?
About surgery,
Do you really care about that topic? I ask
we
everybody,
can
but
talk about the surgery if
do,
you want.
is it something that you intend to do or would like to do?
I will probably do it later down the road in my life. I don't think I should do it right now because A, it's making me money, and B, uh, with with a lot of the women I'm with, they really like it, so I don't just want to get rid of it. I'm worried about losing sexual pleasure. If I get older and I stop the adult film and I'm not getting, as active as I usually am, then maybe I can do the surgery with no consequences.
That's hot.
But huh?
That's hot because that's I like that because it seems pretty honest. You know, like
It's very,
I mean, I've had many transsexuals on the show, and I've talked to the many, and some of them are like, I was born with this thing, and I want it off, and
um,
some are not, right?
oh,
Obviously,
well, you have those women like that that's like, oh, I can't stand it. But the fact of the matter is, you have it. You might as well use it to the best of your ability until you get to your goal to get it, the surgery. I mean, sitting there moping about it's not going to make it go away. You might as well have some fun with it.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Have some fun with it. Fuck yeah. So let's talk about the porno. I went and did some research. I've looked at a lot of pictures of your penis and your breasts and things in your butt and all this stuff. Yeah, you're very good at what you do. Let me just say.
Thank
Um,
you.
I
I
looked at your,
strive to please.
yeah, yeah. You aim to please. Well, I'm sure you
Yeah.
do. I'm sure everybody that clicks on your links gets pleased. Yeah, for real. Um, I saw on your bio. I love these bio things, and it's mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing. Um, when you can we? Oh, you keep doing that with your boobs. I need to ask this. Is that the only boob job? Correct.
They dropped?
That's a
Yeah.
boob job. I mean,
Oh,
augmentation.
yes,
Yes.
but not like, I mean, they didn't go up that big. I had a pretty good amount of boobs before they put some in.
This is all because
But
of pills, right?
yeah, a lot of it was because of the estrogen. I took it since like when I was 17,
Huh?
and I don't want to say my age now, but I've been on them for a while, and they work miracles.
That's fun. I wish I could get rid of my boobs, but
You can give them to me. They
yeah.
can do it for the fat transplant for my butt.
Really? Oh, so you're gonna do an ass fat
Oh, I'm gonna
transplant?
get my ass done pretty soon. I think I have enough money. I just need to find the doctor. And depending on how big I get it, I might do my boobs again too. But people like them, so I might not touch them.
Yeah, they look kind of nice. They look really real.
They are really well,
You know what I
I'm gonna
mean though.
tell
Like
people.
with people with really big ones, you know that there's something going on there. Sometimes
Yeah,
they look very nice. Leave them alone.
I
I
had a
say.
really nice doctor.
Yeah, you're in Texas now. Do they do a lot of that in
Yes.
Texas?
I just moved here
Yeah.
like 3 weeks ago, so I really don't know. But I'm assuming they have surgeries all the time.
Yeah,
I still get my pills from Boston, so that's why I get my, estrogen to make, me sexy.
you're sexy. Um,
Hmm.
you're you do a bunch of porn, right? You're an adult.
Yes.
Do you run your own website?
Do I run my own website?
Yeah, is that your website? Like it's all like, are you the? There's some people that are like, well, a company has the website. I make videos. They do the website. It says my name on it. Some people are like, this is my website. Do all the videos, all the editing, all that stuff.
Well, technically it's my website, but I am part of a company and they actually I do all the footage and stuff and then I send it to them and they edit it and put it on. So it's a collaborative thing and I also have access to everything in the site. So I feel like it's mostly mine, but it's more like a, you know, partnership.
Do you do stuff for that tsseduction.com?
Um, Actually, that's a kink site, and they're actually
Right.
coming out with a new site. I shot for TS Seduction once, and apparently a lot of people didn't like that shoot, and I have reasons why the shoot wasn't as good as it could have been, but I won't go into that.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with a new site called TS Pussy Hunters, and I'm really good at having sex with women.
Right.
So whether they're trans or biological, it doesn't matter. So I did a scene for that site, and they liked me so much they're calling me back for two more scenes,
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
and I'm doing that soon.
oh, nice. I only asked that question because it seems to be the one where you if you type in TS, that's gonna pop up. Like everybody seems to have one. So I like to ask that question because I didn't really find yours on that. I didn't find
Don't
that one.
look for
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I won't. But I just wondering. Um,
Wait for the TS Pussy Hunter site. That'll be
okay.
good.
Okay. Can we talk about you having sex with women? This
You
it.
can talk about me having sex with whatever you want.
Okay. Can we talk about you having sex with no, with women? Is that something that in the transsexual adult entertainment industry, is that something that many of the porn stars do? It doesn't seem to be. I don't really know much about it. I just what I research, you know.
Well,
But that was
um,
something I noticed. Oh, video of you with a chick.
in the trans world itself, excluding the porn stars, we're all different. Some of us are gay, straight, bisexual, just like everyone in the world, you know. We don't like to be, different. But in the porn star, transsexual porn star world, it seems like a lot of them are mostly into men. And some of them have issues with their downstairs, so they can't really use it very well. So girls like me who are really into other women and can still use their stuff um, are pretty valuable in the industry. And a lot of companies like that. I've actually been complimented on the fact that I could have sex with girls. Um, they say amazingly, enough to call me back for two more shoots in only like a month.
So a, a chick gets you excited, like have.
I prefer women. I don't mind if they're trans or if they're, biologically female. I just really like the femininity and, the figure and usually the personality suits me a little better. That's not to say I don't do anything with men, of course, but uh, there's so many TS porn stars that do stuff with men that the ones that do stuff with women willingly are hard to come by. So I do enjoy women.
I hope this doesn't sound wrong. I look at porn, and I'm always looking for like what's like super kinky, right? Like I like to use the word kinky. And when I saw you banging a chick, I think it was you and this Asian chick and a dude,
Oh my God, yeah,
right?
I know what you're talking
I
about.
was
Yeah.
like, fuck, that right there is kinky shit. Like that is good stuff, right? And so
Yes.
I was like, that's stuff that you don't really, I think with I'm an older man. I've looked at a lot of fucking porn, and I'm on this vibe that fucking like when it comes to porn, it's always you got to one up, one up, one up to just get it more hotter, more kinky, more kinky, more kinky, and
Exactly.
and I've been on this vibe that the transsexual pornography right now is on the cusp of being the kink. Like heterosexual dudes are jerking off to this stuff left and right,
Oh,
and I mean they
yeah.
may not admit it, but they're looking for that. Like one year it was how many fists can you stick in somebody's pussy. Now it's
Yeah.
like oh my god, who,
Girls with penises.
right? Like it's
Uh,
sort of the hot thing that no, it's the hot thing that nobody wants to talk about. But what I really think that women with penises having sex with women is real kink. Is like top notch stuff. And
It's pretty sexy. If you're gonna have a penis in there, might as well be attached to a hot chick, right?
right, right. Yeah, you know, I would think the same thing. If I was going to have a penis in my anus, I would like it
Be a
attached
hot
to
chick.
something with,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
hot. You know,
It's
I
like,
get
oh
it.
well, there's a penis in my butt, but look what it's attached
Right.
to. I can go with this.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
this. Exactly. I think that that's cool, and I think a lot of people are jumping on that. And so, with that said, does that mean? I mean, pretty much you're a hot commodity in that regard. Or what I mean, right? Oh, that's so cute. When you do that, what does that mean? Does that mean like you're pretty much like? Will you elevate quickly? Like, do you think that do you feel like this is something that is your like your niche or whatever? Like, if yay for you.
Well, like you were saying, it's becoming really popular, and I think it's because the new generation is more open-minded, and to be honest, I can't imagine you not thinking a hot T-girl's, sexy. So it's been really good business, and it's been really popular, and I think the fact that I can do stuff with women and make it really passionate and sexy, people will love that. And it is a little more a step above kinky, where it's usually just a guy and a trans woman having sex. It's kind of like, it's just like regular boy girl sex that's a little kinky, but it can get old. Whereas it's more like my stuff is like lesbian with
Yeah,
a built-in strap-on kind of thing.
yeah, it's borderline that for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, I like it. um, um, I like it a lot. What? Uh, why you gotta do that for? You're mesmerizing. I'm telling you. Do you do you find that heterosexual women, are attracted to you? Like they want this? Like obviously, dudes are thinking, okay, this is good stuff. Are women thinking this is good stuff? Because women dig
Uh,
porn too, right? I mean,
Yeah, but heterosexual women, not really.
no.
Um, because even though I have that thing down there, people really aren't looking at it like that. Like, gay guys don't like me because they don't like soft skin, they don't like nice breasts, they don't like lack of body hair. They don't like how female I am. And that's the same thing with heterosexual women. Yeah, you can have that one part that they may enjoy, but they're not going to want to have, a chick talking to them in bed with boobs in their face. So my demographics really, straight bisexual guys and lesbian and bisexual women. And I've actually dated, a lot of women who classify themselves as lesbian, and it's more about not about the genitalia, but what it's attached to.
Is it hard for you to have a relationship?
No, not really. As long as I, behave, but that's kind of
What's
hard to do.
what does
But
behave mean?
um, well, I did have some exes that didn't really want me going into the adult industry.
Oh, that's bullshit.
They don't consider that behaving. But oh, and I have some girls I dated that didn't really want me drinking, and I don't drink that much, but when I do, I get kind of flirtatious. So
I'm an alcoholic.
they kind of well, they want me to avoid alcohol
Mm,
usually.
mm. That's just
That
that's
makes
just
me naughty.
that's just weird. That's just weird relationship craziness, right? Though,
You
like
get that in a relationship.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know people that don't like me drinking too. Super alcoholic. Um, have you ever thought about doing mainstream stuff?
Like,
would you like to be an actress? Like,
actually, yeah, I've always wanted to be an actress. I wanted to get into mainstream film. I was actually thinking about going to college for acting classes, because I think you need acting classes and you have to have like portfolio and to find an agent, and it's really hard. And I want to do it, but I don't know how feasible it's going to be. This is just to make money. Acting is actually kind of a dream, so I kind of feel like I'm not going to obtain it.
and because of this.
Oh no, not because of this. I think it's more of a financial thing and a luck thing. Like I think I can act pretty well. I can definitely pass the classes if I had the money, and I'm making the money. I could probably go to the school, but I'm wondering if I spend all that money to go to school if it'll even be worth it. So maybe I shouldn't doubt myself. Maybe I should just go for it.
Maybe you can just do whatever. I mean, you got to be like positive about that kind of shit, but you know,
Oh, I am.
I
I
gave up
mean,
on
if
school
there's
a
a
long time ago, though.
casting call, I'll go to it.
Okay, so you actively do that? Like, if there's one,
Um,
you try to get on it.
well, locating casting calls can be difficult. When I do find one, I try to go there. I was actually unhappy because they were having a casting call for Grown Ups 2 in Massachusetts, and I moved right before they had the casting call. And I guess I shouldn't be that upset. I don't even know if I'd get a part,
Yeah,
but it would have been nice to at least try.
yeah. I tried out to be on Hawaii Five O. I went to try to be like on that show. Didn't get called back. Um,
Oh.
but look at me, God. I'm like the antithesis of what Hawaii is not. Like I'm not dark enough. I'm not like buff enough and all that kind of stuff. So, hope and a dream. It's always alive. Um, have you won awards? Like, are you? Have you been a? How long have you been in this industry and have you won awards?
I've been in the industry, I think, when I think almost a year. I think it's been 10 months now, so I think 2 more months. Um, I kind of exploded on the scene. A lot of people like my stuff. I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think I've won any awards yet. I've been nominated a lot, but it seems like I'm always edged out of the way for some reason. Um,
You think it's the girl
I,
stuff?
huh?
You think it's the sex with girls?
No, I think it's the judges, but we're not going to talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Um,
it's okay. So we can infer that. Yeah. Okay.
well, a lot of the awards, like I haven't been nominated for any of the big award places because I was uh, AVN or something like that because I was so new that none of my stuff was really out. My site wasn't even up, so I wasn't going to be nominated. But they had like the awards, just for transsexual porn stars, and you know, it kind of felt like a popularity contest. So I'm not even taking that to heart. So we'll see what happens this year.
Is that something that's something in your industry an actress would want to achieve, right? That
An award?
Yeah. Does that equal more money for you guys?
Not really. It's more like bragging rights. But to be honest, a lot of us. Well, I love my fans, but like a lot of us are also in it for the money. And you can definitely tell who's only in it for the money and who actually enjoys doing it when you go there. And even if I don't win any awards, as long as I have, loving fans and, I'm making enough money to get what I need, and that's really all I need. I don't need a placard that I can put on my wall. But if I get one, I'm not going to say
Yeah.
no.
You have to admit that little like star thing that says you're award winner on your like website kind of boost stuff, right? A little bit. I
Um,
want an award thing to put on my thing. I'm looking for somewhere to get an award.
as far as I can remember, I have like a bunch of nominations, but I can't think of an award off the top of my head. I could be missing something, but it's escaping my mind right now.
That's okay. Um, Speaking about your fans, you have your Twitter followers, all that kind of stuff, and I went to your blog, your website. Your website is what?
Tiffany Starr XXX.com, and there's two R's in Star, so Tiffany Starr XX.com.
I went to there, and first thing I noticed was you. Hello, glass things in your butt and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, fun stuff.
yeah, the part that I thought was most intriguing was the Magic the Gathering stuff that you got going on.
None of the video game stuff. There's a lot of
Oh,
video
wait,
game
I'm not
stuff.
a big video gamer. I'm
Uh,
not even a
but
big Magic the Gathering thing. It's just something you don't really see on a adult industry website. What intrigues me because it makes you more real and more down with your fans or whatever. Because people love that shit, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone, I don't want people to just think that, my life is 24/7 sex. I'm a person outside of the porn industry. I have lots of friends. I like all sorts of hobbies, and I like to share them with my fans so they know that I'm a person. So when I talk about going to a Magic the Gathering tournament or going to A-Kon in Texas, which is an anime convention, which is about, I think in 2 weeks, I'm going there. You know, I like to tell my fans that stuff. I've also had fans show up at places and I've autographed them. In Anime Boston, I had a lot of people there that knew me, so it was nice. So I like to, you know, be real with my fans. I don't just want to say, hee hee, I'm having sex all the time, you know? That's really fake. You know, I like to say, well, today I'm just going to relax and play Final Fantasy IX, and they love that.
Yeah. So let's talk about video games, I guess, really quick. I'm not a big video. I'm an older man, but a lot. You know, the show is on the internet. You know, really like internet, and everybody on the internet loves the video games.
Yes.
What is your just for those people that are listening? What is your favorite video game?
Well, to be honest, I'm actually starting video game reviews on YouTube, and I'm going to link it to my site.
Really?
So my favorite video game is Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction on the PS3, and I'll eventually review that, but my first review is going to be the original Spyro the Dragon. And I'm writing up the script right now. It's a rough draft, so after I've done a couple, I feel like I'll be able to pop them out pretty quick. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's really cool. What's your favorite console? Like, do you have many? Do you have like many? Like most gamers have like five, or, you know, the different ones.
I have every single one almost.
Do you have to have a different TV for each one?
No, I mean, some TVs look better on systems that, you know, specific for high def or not. But I just have a high def TV if I want to play a game in low quality. I don't put it on, you know, HDMI. I put it on, you know, one of the AV cables, and it's fine. But usually, the TV I have now is good for all the systems I have. You definitely don't want to play the Wii on high definition. Everything looks terrible. But my favorite console is the PlayStation 3, and that looks really good in high definition. I've been playing that a lot, mostly because I can play PS2 and PS1 games on there as well.
Do you do the online gaming stuff? Like,
oh yeah, I play online all the time. I actually had a website member, a fan, play with me on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I also play fighting games. I actually enter tournaments. So, I mean, the tournament I'm usually really good at is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm really good at that game. And even though I haven't played in a while, I still think I would do pretty well. And I just went to a con in Boston, and I did fairly well.
Oh, that's fun. From someone who doesn't know, that's neat. I like this real kind of stuff because,
yeah,
you know, we could talk about things in your ass all day, but, you know.
Well, I mean, I have done that,
Yeah.
but it's nice to talk about games. I'm actually going to do a shoot with games.
Oh, really? You're going to do, like, a game-themed shoot is what you...
Yes, and actually tonight I'm going to be doing a Magic the Gathering shoot. I'm going to be sprawled out naked with Magic the Gathering cards all over me. It's going to be sexy.
Is that something... Okay, I think this is really interesting. So the Magic the Gathering, I really don't know much about it. I know that there's cards and stuff like that, and it's probably difficult to explain it. I know there's a store here in Hawaii where they're there mesmerized by your breasts. I was going to ask the question, will Magic the Gathering, will your Magic the Gathering friends, do they see the porn star you, or are they your Magic the Gathering friends? And where does the line blur? Like, do you have Magic the Gathering friends that are going to be like, oh my god, she's putting her sex on the cards, like, you know?
No, I have friends of all varieties. Like, I have my fellow porn star friends in the industry. I have, you know, my Magic the Gathering friends, my video game friends. I also have my clubbing friends where I go out. I'm not just geeky, I'm, you know, sexy too. So I like to go out and shop and, you know, go to clubs and dance with people and, you know, just have fun. And I also have a group, this is going to be really geeky, but it's a D&D group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What is a D&D group?
Yeah, a D&D group. I just met them at this is going to sound even worse, a Renaissance festival. So I'm pretty geeky, but at the
I'm
same
not
time,
laughing at you. I'm just laughing at something, and I'll tell you after. At the same time, please proceed.
oh, at the same time, I do lots of awesome things, like not geeky things, like a lot of sex involved. Lots of girls and occasionally a guy thrown in there. And I like to drink and party, so
So,
I'm not just exclusively geeky. There's other things I like to do.
do you watch that Game of Thrones TV show?
Actually, no, I don't, and I people might hate me for this, but I haven't really seen The Walking Dead either.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is because I'm such a big gamer. I'm usually always playing games if I have free time. I don't really care to watch too many TV shows. So usually it's like, oh, Game of Thrones is on? Well, forget that. I'm going to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or, Uncharted 2.
I'm gonna admit something. I didn't watch the first Game of Thrones, the first season. I just started watching it. I kind of like it. My
I
wife.
didn't even know there was a second season.
Okay. Okay. See, I started laughing when you brought up D&D because my wife doesn't like this show, and so I watch the show by myself. And when I say, "Hey, I'm gonna go watch this show, Game of Thrones," she's like, "Oh, you're gonna go watch the D&D, the D&D show, right?" And and then she pokes fun at me, and so about it, and she's like, "Do all your fans know that you're a big D&D player?" Like this is what she does to like get me all hot, I guess. I don't know.
Hot and bothered.
Yeah, it gets me.
Does this get you hot and bothered?
Kinda, it does. What is?
Well,
What
I
is?
can talk about
Huh?
D&D.
What's
So
that?
what does talking about D&D turn you on?
I don't know. I think it's just because she's getting under my skin, or she thinks she is, and that makes me crazy. She told me that I was a deadbeat yesterday, and that shit made my dick really hard. And I was like, "Tell me again. Just tell me again." Anyways, that's why I laughed when you said D&D. People give you a hard time about that?
D&D?
Yeah.
Not really, because when I'm like, I play D&D, they just look at my boobs and go, duh.
Do they?
So they don't really care.
I know you're super sexy. I mean, obviously, and you like touching your titties a lot, like that. And you know how you just said, when you go, oh, you like D&D and you touch your tits. Do you ever like pull out your dick and go like, oh yeah, I like to play D&D? Anything like that?
Oh, I don't change my voice or
No,
anything.
but you get all like, yeah, look at it.
Well, a couple times, with some rude guys, I've actually said, hey, guess what else I got? And then I tell them, but some of them don't care.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like it's hit or miss now. So it's like if a lot of girls will say, hey, I'm a lesbian, that still won't throw guys away. Sometimes I can say, hey, guess what? I got a nice, package here. And they're like, that's okay. Your boobs look nice. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't really use like, look, I have a dick, get away from me. Like, that doesn't really make most guys get away now, yeah? It wouldn't.
Well, they're like, hey, I can do you anally. I don't care. You're hot. I've always wanted to try that, crap like that.
Dudes that are like wanting to try that, do you find that those dudes are just down to do a girl a girl with a penis in the ass, or are they like, oh yeah, give it to me in my ass too?
No, most of them just want to be on top. They just consider you another chick, and even though you have that there, they're not going to be... Some of them touch it, but a lot of them that don't touch it, they still want to bang you in the butt. They still think you're hot. They don't care what you have there. And some of them will be a little more reluctant to admit it, but I ran into a lot of guys who actually were pretty open about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're with a dude that doesn't want to touch it, is that weird for you?
Usually I'm not with dudes that don't want to touch it.
Okay, so you're like, that's not cool. You.
Oh no, it's not that they're guys. It's just if they're awkward about my body, then why are they even with me?
Yeah, that's more.
I mean, if they're like, yeah, I mean, if they're not into it, then that's fine. But as long as they are respectful about it. But most of them seem like that they're not too worried about it.
There's a few things I want to ask you. Discrimination. Have you gotten a lot of that?
Not really. I transitioned young. All my discrimination was gone by like 18, maybe like a little into 19. And since I think I passed fairly well, yeah. I don't have anyone say anything to me at all. And it's even more convincing to people if you pass well. And I also have the F on my license. and so I'm legally female. I actually can't marry any women, even if I slap the priest with my cock.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much, you know, integrated into society, and I can walk into a bar, which I've done this before. It was this place called the Skybox in Massachusetts, and I walked in, and basically my friend told everyone I was trans, and they're like, "We don't care. She looks hot." And I think the looking good had to do with it, because if you don't look masculine, they don't really associate you with, being male, even if they know you're trans. If you look very feminine, I find a lot of people will say, well, she fits the bill. We're not going to call, her anything masculine.
What words out there do you not like? Like, one, do you like, how do you feel about the word tranny, and what words out there do you think are the most disrespectful to a transsexual?
Well, I don't like the words tranny and I don't like the word she-male, but I tolerate them because it's a very popular term in the adult industry. Outside of the industry, I prefer woman would be nice, or girl, or if they have to define me, trans woman or transsexual woman, or something like that. Something a little more formal. Nothing like slang, like lady boy or crap like that. So because I'm not she-male or lady boy. I'm just a woman, and yeah, I have that part, but it's not always going to be there. And even if it is, I have the F on my license. No one's going to tell me I'm not female.
Right. Is that hard to get?
In a lot of states, yeah. In the state of Massachusetts, not really.
So I'm going to assume in Texas it's hard to get.
From what I know about Texas, I'm not quite sure. I've heard mixed things. Usually a lot of states, I think New Hampshire is one, they want you to go all the way with the surgery before they'll give you the F. I think Texas might be like that, but I'm not quite sure. My girlfriend says they're not, so I might take her word for it. But a lot of states want you to get everything done before they give it to you, whereas in Massachusetts, you just have to have a doctor's note, you have to be on the hormones, female for at least a year, you have to get the name changed, and then you go to the DMV, show them all this work, and they're like, okay, it's done.
That's hot. I ask a few questions of everybody that I have on, just because I feel like it gives me a good sense of them, who they are. I'd like to ask you those questions. Is that okay?
You can ask me all the questions you want.
Okay. Unicorns, are they overrated?
Yes.
What's your
But to be honest, they're not as overrated as vampires and zombies.
Yeah, vampires and zombies are overrated.
I mean, we need new monsters. They're recycling old monsters. Think of something creative. How many times do we have to see like a Frankenstein or Mummy or Dracula?
Favorite alcoholic beverage?
My favorite alcoholic beverage? I like screwdrivers.
Yeah, those are tasty. Yeah. Ever so drunk you fell down?
It's happened a bunch.
What's your favorite curse word?
I don't know. I would think it'd be a tie between like asshole and something to do with fuck. I usually just mix and match slang words.
Well, can you mix one? Can you mix? Can we get one of your mix and matched ones?
Well, I mean stuff that's been said before, but just things like fucktard and asshead and stuff like that. Just funny things.
That is funny.
It's usually for like comedic, stuff. But if I'm really mad, I usually just say "what the fuck" or "that's bullshit."
When I was younger, my dad, he would get really angry and he would call people fuck bubbles, and I used to think that was the most hilarious thing in the world. Okay, what else do we have here? Where do people find you online?
They can find me on my website, which is tiffanystarrxxx.com, but they can also find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is, I think it's TiffanyStarTS. I'm pretty sure the TS is at the end. I also have a Facebook, The Facebook isn't under Tiffany Starr though, but my fan page is. So I would encourage them to go to my fan page because I talk to them, which is TS Tiffany Starr on Facebook. I'm also on FetLife, and FetLife, I have a nice profile there, and it's fetlife.com. And I go to Hung Angels, which is a board that a lot of the transsexuals use, especially a lot of the adult stars. So you can talk to me on there as well. So you can find me a lot of places.
That's cool. I earlier today I put out a little tweet saying if you have questions for Tiffany Starr, ask them. I'll admit I didn't get very many. I got one. And
oh, that's depressing.
No, I get a lot of people come on and they're like none. It's not like like these are people that are listening to are following me, so they have to be really into it. But I'd like to ask you that question if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The name is Mr. DCP. They put it on the blog. This is the question. What's your most favorite and least favorite scene so far in your career?
Well, I'll start with my least favorite scene. My least favorite was the TS seduction scene. It was not very good. And I shouldn't blame the director or the guy or anything. They were all nice. It was really my fault. I had to do something I haven't done before on cam, and it was one of the things I really don't like to do. Like, I'm really against it. I'm a lot better with it now, but that was my first time doing it, and it turned out poorly, and you can just tell. My favorite scene was probably the one I did in February, which is with this girl named Angelin. No, it was Ashlyn Lay? Yeah, it was Ashlyn Lay. I don't know where I got Angelin, but she's a cute 19-year-old girl, and we shot for tspussyhunters.com, and the chemistry was awesome. We were just, fucking like rabbits, and every time they turned the camera off, she still wanted to do stuff. She still tried touching me and stuff because she was so turned on by me. So the chemistry was amazing, and it's a great scene.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before I let you go?
I think I'm fine. I mean, I'll answer any questions you have for me. I don't have many questions or anything I want to add really, except I hope you all join my website or at least check it out. It's TiffanyStarXXX.com if I didn't emphasize that enough, and check out my blog. Feel free to add me on Twitter and Facebook, and look out for my video game reviews coming soon. I'm sure I'll post it all over Twitter and Facebook, so you'll know when that's coming up. And, thanks for having me on, and I hope to, chat with you again sometime.
I've had a good time. I hope you did. I'm looking forward to those game reviews. I like that kind of stuff. Like, I sit on YouTube all day and just watch people do their thing. I like production, yeah? Like, the fact that you were like, oh, I did a script. You're making scripts for these things makes me excited, because it's like, oh, you're at least doing, trying really hard, because people don't really try to do this shit. So
well, it's probably gonna start out a little rocky since it's my first one, but I anticipate it getting better as I progress. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure the script will get better. I'll be editing quicker, and I need to come up with a theme song, and my girlfriend's gonna help me out with that. So I think it'll be really fun once everything's done. So I hope you watch it. I'm sure I'll send it to you when it's out.
Yeah, no, I'll be watching for sure for it. Do you want to cut like a little bumper for me? Like, hey, this is Tiffany Starr. You're watching Beneath Everything with Ronnie Rucker. Want to do one of those things for me? You can feel free to do whatever.
Sure. Hi, this is Tiffany Starr, your adult entertainer that's a hardcore gamer, and you're listening to Beneath... Wait, you said Beneath Me Radio?
Beneath Everything Radio.
Oh, Beneath Everything. I didn't know why I said Beneath Me.
You can just say Beneath Everything. You don't even have to say radio. You can say Beneath Everything.
Okay, let me try that again. Hi, you're listening to Tiffany Starr. You're a hardcore gamer that's an adult entertainer, and you're listening to Beneath Everything Radio with Ronnie Rucker.